The most powerful relationship you will ever build is the one you build with yourself. Because when you love, respect, and trust yourself fully, you set the standard for every other relationship in your life. Loving yourself first is not neglecting others, it is teaching them how to love you right. Most people spend their lives trying to please others, hoping for acceptance, approval, or love that makes them feel worthy. They often put themselves last, ignore their needs, and stay trapped in habits that keep them unhappy. The truth is, no one can give you the love you deserve if you do not first give it to yourself. Learning to love yourself more than anyone else is not selfish, it is necessary. It means listening to your feelings, respecting your limits, and making choices that protect your well-being. It means celebrating who you are instead of comparing yourself to others. When you truly love yourself, you stop begging for love outside and start living with confidence and peace. If you're ready to embrace this change, then let's dive in. Chapter 1. Start each day by speaking kind words to yourself. When you wake up in the morning, your mind is fresh but also fragile. The first thoughts you allow in can set the tone for the rest of your day. Many people wake up already thinking about what they dislike, what they fear, or what they feel they lack. They look in the mirror and find fault before they find anything good. They start their morning by criticizing instead of appreciating, and that becomes the seed that grows into their actions, their mood, and their choices. The truth is that the words you say to yourself can be the most powerful influence in your life. The words you hear in your own mind can shape your confidence, your self-worth, and your belief in what is possible. You may not notice it, but self-talk is constant. You are always telling yourself a story. Some of those stories are uplifting and some are destructive. If you tell yourself every day that you are not good enough, your mind will believe it. If you remind yourself every day that you are capable, your mind will believe that too. That is why the first words of the day are so important. Those words carry energy. Those words carry direction. Those words are like the fuel for your inner engine. If you fuel yourself with kindness, you walk into your day with strength. If you fuel yourself with negativity, you walk into your day with heaviness. This practice of speaking kind words to yourself is not about ego or arrogance. It is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about acknowledging your worth and treating yourself as someone who deserves respect. You would not speak harshly to a friend who is struggling. You would not tell your child they are worthless. Yet many people speak to themselves in ways they would never dare speak to another. They tear themselves down. They rob themselves of encouragement, and then they wonder why they feel weak, tired, or lost. The starting point of change is to treat yourself with the same compassion and respect you want from others. Now, how do you actually begin this each morning? The practice is simple, but it requires intention. When you wake up, before reaching for your phone or thinking of your tasks, pause. Take a breath. Look at yourself in the mirror. Say something kind. Tell yourself, I am learning and I am growing. Tell yourself, I am proud that I keep showing up. Tell yourself, I deserve love and respect today. Your words do not need to be complicated. They only need to be genuine. At first it may feel strange. It may feel uncomfortable. You may even resist the idea. But that discomfort is proof that you need it. The truth is, your brain remembers repetition. The more often you hear something, the deeper it sinks in. If you have spent years hearing your inner critic, then you must spend time building your inner encourager. That is the only way to shift the balance. One day of kindness will not transform everything, but daily practice will. Over time, you will notice small changes. You will notice that you carry yourself differently. You will notice that you react with more patience. You will notice that you walk into your day with more belief in yourself. The small act of saying kind words builds into a larger sense of identity. Many people think motivation comes from big speeches or dramatic moments, but real motivation comes from the quiet habits you repeat daily. The morning is the most valuable time because it is your foundation. If you start the day by building yourself up, you can face challenges with greater confidence. If you start the day by tearing yourself down, you will struggle with even the simplest tasks. That is why you must take ownership of those first words. They are not just words. They are decisions. They are commitments. They are investments in yourself. Imagine how different your life would feel if you began every morning with kindness instead of criticism. Imagine if instead of saying, "I am not enough," you said, "I am capable of learning." Imagine if instead of saying, "I hate the way I look," you said, "I am thankful for my body that carries me through life." Those changes may sound small, but they change the way you experience your day. They change the way you treat others. They change the way you approach challenges. Kind words to yourself become a chain reaction that extends far beyond the morning. It is important to be specific with your words. General praise can feel empty. When you wake up, pick something real. Tell yourself you are proud that you worked hard yesterday. Tell yourself you are grateful for your ability to keep going even when life feels difficult. Tell yourself you value your creativity, your discipline, or your kindness. Specific affirmations remind you that your worth is not an idea but a reality. They anchor you in evidence. They remind you of your progress. And they encourage you to continue forward with clarity. Do not underestimate the power of tone. The way you speak to yourself matters as much as the words. Say your kind words with conviction. Say them with belief. Speak them out loud if you can. Feel the emotion behind them. Your mind listens to emotion more than logic. If you feel kindness while saying it, your brain will hold it longer. Your body will respond to it. You will notice your posture shift, your breathing relax, and your energy lift. Words with emotion create deeper change than empty repetition. Over time, this practice becomes natural. At first, you may have to remind yourself to do it. You may even feel like you are forcing it. But the repetition builds familiarity, and familiarity builds comfort. Eventually, you will wake up and kind words will be your instinct. You will begin to notice that your mornings feel lighter. You will begin to notice that you complain less. You will begin to notice that your self-respect grows without effort. That is the gift of consistent practice. The new behavior replaces the old habit. The kindness becomes automatic. This does not mean you will never have negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are part of being human. But when they show up, they will not dominate you. Your habit of kindness will be stronger. You will notice the negative thought, but you will not believe it so quickly. You will replace it with something more supportive. And that is how you create resilience. Not by eliminating negativity completely, but by building a stronger foundation of positivity. Speaking kind words to yourself is the way you begin that process. When you start to feel the benefits, you may want to expand the practice. You can add a journal where you write the kind words each morning. You can keep a list of encouraging phrases on your desk. You can share the practice with your family so that everyone begins the day with encouragement. But it always begins with you. You cannot give kindness to others if you do not give it to yourself first. By speaking kind words in the morning, you set a standard for how you will treat yourself all day. You decide that you are worthy of care. You decide that you are worthy of respect. And that decision changes everything. The best part of this practice is that it does not cost anything. It does not take much time. It does not require special tools. It only requires willingness. You already have the power to speak words. You already have the ability to direct your thoughts. You already have the ability to treat yourself better. You only need to choose to do it. The question is not whether you can. The question is whether you will. And if you do, you will find that life feels lighter, brighter, and more hopeful. When you begin the day with kindness to yourself, you create an inner strength that others can feel. People will notice that you walk with more confidence. They will notice that you speak with more certainty. They will notice that you carry yourself with more peace. And that influence can change not only your life but the lives of people around you. Your words to yourself are not only for you, they ripple out into the world. They shape the energy you bring into every room. They shape the way you lead, the way you connect, and the way you grow. So every morning remember this. You deserve to hear kind words. You deserve to hear them from yourself first. Your mind is listening. Your heart is listening. Your future is listening. What you say matters. And if you choose kindness each morning, you will build a life that reflects it in every way. Chapter 2. Protect your time and energy like precious gold. Every person has the same 24 hours each day, but not every person values it the same way. Some people give their time to anyone and anything without thinking. Some people spend their energy on things that do not matter, and then they wonder why they feel empty and drained. One of the greatest struggles in life is that people do not guard their time and energy as carefully as they should. They allow distractions, demands, and negativity to consume them until nothing is left for what truly matters. When you fail to protect your time and energy, you give away the most valuable part of your life without even realizing it. Your time is the most limited resource you have. Once it is gone, it never comes back. Your energy is the fuel that determines how much of that time is useful and effective. Without energy, even free time feels wasted. Many people confuse being busy with being productive. They fill their hours with constant activity but achieve very little that brings joy, growth, or progress. Protecting your time and energy means choosing with care. It means asking yourself what deserves your attention and what should be refused. It means deciding that not everything and not everyone gets a piece of you. Think of how often you have said yes when you wanted to say no. Think of how many times you have agreed to things that left you exhausted and resentful. That is the cost of not protecting your time. You hand over control of your day to others. You allow people or circumstances to decide what you will do and how you will feel. Saying yes may seem polite in the moment, but too many yeses destroy your ability to live with clarity. You must practice saying no. No is not cruel. No is not selfish. No is a way of saying yes to yourself. No is a way of protecting your energy for what matters most. Another way people lose their energy is through constant negativity. You may spend time with people who only complain. You may engage in conversations that drain your spirit. You may spend hours on screens consuming stories that upset you but do not improve you. Each time you allow negativity to enter, it steals a piece of your energy. You walk away feeling tired, frustrated, or hopeless. Protecting your energy means being mindful of what you consume and who you allow near your thoughts. It means noticing how you feel after spending time with someone or after engaging in certain activities. If you feel worse, you must reduce that exposure. Protecting time also requires discipline with your habits. Many people lose hours each day to distractions without noticing. They scroll endlessly on their phones. They watch television without purpose. They check emails every few minutes. These habits may feel harmless, but over weeks and months they rob you of precious time. Protecting your time means setting boundaries with technology. It means scheduling when you will work, when you will rest, and when you will connect with others. It means creating structure instead of drifting through the day without direction. A person who guards their time carefully achieves far more with less effort. When you value your time and energy, you begin to choose differently. You begin to ask yourself whether something is worth the cost. You begin to think about the return you get from each choice. If a conversation leaves you drained, you reconsider it. If an activity gives you no joy or progress, you reduce it. If a commitment takes too much and gives too little, you release it. Protecting your time and energy is not about being selfish. It is about being responsible. It is about managing your life with wisdom instead of waste. One of the most effective ways to protect your time is to plan your day the night before. Before you go to bed, decide what is important for tomorrow. Write it down. When you wake up, follow that plan. This prevents you from waking up and letting the day control you. You already know where your time should go. You already know what deserves energy. That plan acts as your guardrail. It prevents distractions from taking over. It allows you to focus on what will move you forward. Even a small plan creates clarity. It is also important to create space for rest. Protecting your energy does not only mean avoiding negative things. It also means building positive practices that refill you. Sleep is one of the most powerful tools for protecting energy. Without proper rest, even the best use of time feels heavy. Exercise, healthy food, and moments of silence all strengthen your energy. When you care for your body and mind, you increase the quality of your time. Many people think self-care is extra, but it is not. It is essential. It allows you to show up in your day with strength and focus. Another step in protecting your time and energy is to evaluate your relationships. Some people encourage you. Some people support you. Some people make you feel capable. Others drain you. Others belittle you. Others make you doubt yourself. You must notice the difference. You must spend more time with those who lift you and less with those who drain you. This choice does not mean you stop caring for people. It means you recognize the effect they have on your life. Protecting your energy means being careful with the company you keep. There will always be demands on your time. Work, family, and responsibilities will not disappear. Protecting your time does not mean avoiding responsibility. It means learning to prioritize. It means asking yourself which tasks are urgent and which tasks can wait. It means asking whether you are doing something because it matters or because it is a habit. Many people fill their days with tasks that are not truly important. They clean things that are already clean. They attend meetings that do not matter. They say yes to projects that bring no value. Protecting your time means being honest about what actually matters. You must also guard against perfectionism. Many people waste energy trying to make every detail perfect. They spend hours adjusting things that no one else notices. They burn themselves out trying to control what cannot be controlled. Protecting your energy means knowing when enough is enough. It means doing your best, but also recognizing when to stop. Perfectionism steals time and joy. Progress is far more valuable than perfection. Protecting your energy means focusing on moving forward, not chasing an impossible standard. It is important to notice how your environment affects your time and energy. A cluttered space can make your mind feel heavy. A noisy space can make you restless. A chaotic environment drains your focus. Protecting your time and energy means creating order around you. Clean your room. Organize your desk. Create a space where you can think clearly and work effectively. When your environment supports you, your energy increases. When your environment distracts you, your time disappears. Small changes in your surroundings can protect your time in powerful ways. Another important part of protecting time and energy is learning to delegate. You do not have to do everything yourself. You can ask for help. You can share tasks. Many people believe that doing everything alone proves strength, but in truth, it weakens them. They run out of time and energy because they refuse support. Protecting your time means recognizing where others can assist. Protecting your energy means letting go of control when possible. Delegation is not a weakness. It is wisdom. It frees you for what matters most. You must also recognize that protecting your time is protecting your future. Every wasted hour today is an opportunity lost tomorrow. Every drained day is a step further from your potential. But every hour spent wisely builds your dreams. Every day protected with care strengthens your future. Protecting your time and energy is not just about the present. It is about creating a future you will be proud to live in. The habits you form now will decide the quality of your life later. This practice will not be easy at first. People will challenge your boundaries. They will question why you say no. They will push back when you protect your schedule. That resistance is normal. It is a sign you are making progress. People who are used to taking your time will not be happy when you begin to guard it. But you must stay firm. Your life belongs to you, not to others. Protecting your time and energy means standing by your choices, even when others do not approve. Over time, people will respect your boundaries because they will see the strength it gives you. When you begin to protect your time and energy, you will feel different. You will notice more clarity in your mind. You will notice more strength in your body. You will notice more joy in your days. You will begin to live with intention instead of reaction. You will stop feeling like life is happening to you and start feeling like you are shaping it. That shift is powerful. It is the result of valuing your time and energy as the most precious gifts you have. And once you feel that difference, you will never want to go back. Chapter 3. Say no to people who drain your spirit. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning that not everyone around you deserves a place in your heart. Many people struggle with this because they want to be kind, they want to be liked, and they want to avoid conflict. But when you always say yes to everyone, you give power to those who take more than they give. You let people drain your spirit until you have nothing left for yourself. Think about how heavy you feel after spending time with certain people. Think about how you feel smaller, weaker, and less hopeful after certain conversations. That is the reality of people who drain your spirit. They take your energy and leave you with emptiness. It is not always easy to recognize these people at first. Sometimes they come disguised as friends, family, or co-workers. They may not even realize what they are doing, but the effect is still the same. You walk away feeling worse, not better. You notice that your dreams feel harder to reach after talking with them. You notice that your confidence shrinks when you share your ideas with them. This is the pattern you must learn to see. Protecting your spirit means paying attention to how you feel when you are around others. If you constantly feel drained, you must make a choice to step back. Saying no is not about being cruel. Saying no is not about being selfish. Saying no is about honoring yourself. Your spirit is the center of your strength. It is where your hope, belief, and joy live. If you allow others to drain it, you lose your ability to grow. You lose your ability to stay focused. You lose your ability to love yourself fully. When you begin to say no, you are not rejecting the person. You are rejecting the effect they have on your life. You are protecting your inner world so that you can continue to live with strength. Many people feel guilty when they start saying no. They worry that others will be angry. They worry that others will think they are rude. But you must understand that guilt is often a sign that you are doing something new and necessary. For years you may have been trained to put others first. For years you may have allowed people to control your time and energy. When you change that pattern, it feels uncomfortable. But discomfort is not wrong. Discomfort is growth. Every time you say no to someone who drains you, you say yes to your own health and happiness. Sometimes the people who drain you will try to manipulate your emotions. They may remind you of how much they need you. They may remind you of what you have done in the past. They may even accuse you of abandoning them. You must see this clearly. Needing you and draining you are not the same thing. Supporting someone is not the same as sacrificing your spirit. You cannot carry everyone on your back. You cannot heal people who refuse to heal themselves. You can offer kindness without giving away your soul. You can offer care without losing your strength. It is also important to understand that saying no does not require explanation. Many people believe they must justify their choices. They think they must give reasons that others will accept. But your life belongs to you. Your spirit belongs to you. If someone drains you, your no is enough. You do not owe them a story. You do not owe them approval. You owe yourself honesty. A simple no is the most powerful tool you have. It is clear. It is direct. It is final. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. You may also need to set distance with certain people in your life. Saying no is not only about refusing requests. Sometimes it means reducing contact. Sometimes it means limiting conversations. Sometimes it means removing yourself completely. Distance is a form of protection. It gives you room to breathe. It gives you space to rebuild your energy. It gives you freedom to focus on people who bring light instead of darkness. The people who value you will respect your distance. The people who only want to drain you will resist. That resistance is proof that the distance is needed. When you begin to protect your spirit, you create space for healthier relationships. You open the door for people who encourage you, support you, and inspire you. These are the people who remind you of your strength. These are the people who listen with respect. These are the people who give energy instead of taking it. When your life is filled with people like this, you feel lighter. You feel more confident. You feel more hopeful. But you cannot invite these people in if your life is filled with those who drain you. You must clear the space first. Think about how much stronger you would be if you surrounded yourself with people who build you up instead of break you down. Think about how much further you could go if you did not carry the weight of constant negativity. Think about how much joy you could feel if your conversations left you inspired instead of tired. This is the reward of saying no. It is not about losing people. It is about gaining freedom. It is about creating a life where your spirit can grow without being drained every day. There will be moments when you doubt yourself. There will be moments when you wonder if you made the right choice. In those moments, look at your energy. Look at your peace. Look at your focus. If you feel stronger, you chose correctly. If you feel lighter, you chose correctly. The results are in how you feel. Your spirit does not lie to you. When it is protected, it will thank you. When it is drained, it will warn you. All you need to do is listen. This practice takes courage. Saying yes is easy. Saying no is hard. But every time you choose to protect your spirit, you build courage. Every time you stand firm, you build confidence. Every time you honor yourself, you grow stronger. And with each step, you realize that your life belongs to you, not to those who drain you. Not to those who take without giving, not to those who refuse to respect your boundaries. Your life belongs to you, and when you say no, you take back control of it. Some people may drift away when you start saying no. Let them. Do not chase what drains you. Do not cling to what weakens you. Do not beg for what steals your joy. People who truly value you will stay. People who respect your spirit will remain. People who love your growth will encourage it. Those are the people you want beside you. And you will only find them when you let go of those who drain you. Remember that your spirit is not unlimited. It needs care. It needs protection. It needs space to grow. If you give it away to everyone, you will have nothing left for yourself. But if you guard it with care, it will carry you through every challenge. It will give you the strength to keep learning, growing, and achieving. The choice is yours every day. You can say yes and be drained, or you can say no and be free. The decision is always in your hands. Chapter 4. Celebrate your small wins as if they are big. One of the biggest struggles people face is the feeling that they are not moving fast enough. They look at their goals and dreams and they see how far they still have to go. They measure their progress against others who seem to be ahead, and they convince themselves they are failing. This mindset robs people of joy and kills motivation. The truth is that growth happens in small steps. Progress is built from little wins that stack up over time. Yet too many people dismiss those small wins as unimportant. They wait for some giant achievement before they allow themselves to feel proud. This is why many lose heart. They overlook the value of small victories that could give them fuel each day. When you start to celebrate your small wins, you change how you feel about yourself. You build confidence not from perfection but from progress. You remind yourself that you are moving, even if the steps are small. Imagine waking up and completing something simple you had been putting off. That is a win. Imagine pushing yourself to exercise for 10 minutes when you wanted to do nothing. That is a win. Imagine speaking up in a meeting when usually you stay silent. That is a win. These are not small at all. They are proof of growth. They are proof of effort. They are proof of discipline. And every one of them deserves to be celebrated. Celebration does not always mean a party or a reward. It means recognition. It means stopping to notice what you did right. It means taking a moment to say, "That was good, I'm proud of myself." Too often people dismiss what they do as not enough. They say, "It was just a small thing," but those small things are the foundation of bigger things. If you train your mind to ignore them, you weaken your drive. If you train your mind to recognize them, you fuel your spirit. The more you celebrate, the more you encourage yourself to keep going. Think about how children learn. When they take their first step, everyone claps. When they speak their first word, everyone cheers. No one says, "That was too small to matter." Yet, as adults, we often forget that encouragement is fuel. We stop cheering for ourselves. We tell ourselves we will celebrate only when the dream is complete. But dreams are not reached in one step. They are built through thousands of steps. And if you only celebrate at the finish line, you will lose the joy of the journey. You will miss the strength that comes from noticing the small victories along the way. Every time you celebrate a win, you wire your brain for more success. You teach yourself that progress feels good. You give yourself emotional proof that your effort matters. You build a habit of positivity that makes discipline easier. For example, if you celebrate every time you resist a bad habit, you strengthen your ability to keep resisting. If you celebrate every time you take a step toward health, you strengthen your desire to stay consistent. Celebration becomes a cycle that reinforces growth. Without it, discipline feels like punishment. With it, discipline feels like reward. Many people wait for external recognition. They want applause. They want others to notice. But the most powerful recognition comes from within. You must learn to be your own cheerleader. You must learn to clap for yourself even when no one else does. This is how you build self-respect. This is how you build independence from other people's approval. When you know how to celebrate yourself, you no longer rely on others to remind you of your worth. You carry that reminder inside you every day. Some people may argue that celebrating small wins makes you lazy or complacent. They think it means lowering the standard. But that is not true. Celebration is not about stopping. Celebration is about fueling. When you stop to celebrate, you are not saying you are done. You are saying you are on the right path. You are giving yourself permission to enjoy the process instead of only the result. You are reminding yourself that progress deserves respect. This mindset keeps you motivated longer than waiting for one big success that may take years to arrive. Think of how often people quit their goals because they feel overwhelmed. They look at how far they still have to go and give up. If only they had stopped to celebrate the small steps, they would have felt momentum. They would have built the belief that they are capable. They would have created joy in the journey. Celebration is not just nice, it is necessary. It keeps the flame alive. It turns struggle into progress. It gives meaning to effort. Without it, goals feel empty. With it, goals feel rewarding even before they are reached. You can create a simple practice of celebration each day. At night, reflect on what you did well. Write down 3 wins, no matter how small. It could be finishing a task you avoided. It could be choosing healthy food. It could be taking a walk. It could be practicing gratitude. Each time you write it down, you acknowledge your progress. This builds confidence. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you are achieving. Over time, this becomes a habit that rewires your perspective. You begin to see yourself as someone who wins every day. You can also celebrate in the moment. When you finish something, pause. Take a deep breath. Smile. Say out loud, "That was good." Do not rush past it. Let yourself feel the pride. Let yourself enjoy it. The body responds to that recognition. The mind remembers it. The next time you face a challenge, you will recall that feeling. You will remember that you are capable. That memory gives you strength to push again. That is the hidden power of small celebrations. It is also helpful to share your small wins with people who support you. Tell a friend. Tell a mentor. Tell a partner. Do not hide your progress because you think it is too small. The right people will celebrate with you. They will remind you that it matters. This builds connection. This builds encouragement. This builds accountability. But even if no one else celebrates, never stop celebrating yourself. You must be the loudest voice cheering for your own progress. Notice how your energy changes when you celebrate. Notice how your mood lifts. Notice how your motivation grows. These feelings are not accidents. They are the natural result of recognition. The mind thrives on acknowledgement. The heart thrives on appreciation. When you celebrate yourself, you give both what they need. This is why celebration makes progress feel easier. It gives you energy that you would not have if you ignored your small wins. Think about the difference between a person who ignores small wins and a person who celebrates them. The one who ignores feels stuck. They focus only on the gap between where they are and where they want to be. They wake up discouraged. They lose patience. The one who celebrates feels momentum. They focus on the steps already taken. They wake up encouraged. They feel eager for the next step. That difference in mindset can decide who reaches the goal and who quits along the way. Your journey will always have ups and downs. There will be days when progress feels slow. There will be days when you feel like nothing is working. In those moments, small wins are your anchor. They remind you that you are still moving. They remind you that effort is paying off. They remind you that success is built one piece at a time. If you only wait for the big achievement, you may give up before it comes. If you celebrate the small wins, you will keep going until it does. You deserve to feel proud not only at the end, but all along the way. You deserve to smile at each step. You deserve to give yourself credit for every effort. Your spirit grows stronger every time you acknowledge your progress. Your confidence grows deeper every time you celebrate. Your motivation grows brighter every time you stop to recognize your wins. These are not small at all. They are the building blocks of a life of achievement. They are the proof that you are capable of change. They are the evidence that you are moving forward each day. So celebrate your small wins with joy. Celebrate them with energy. Celebrate them as if they are big, because they are. They are the reason you will reach your goals. They are the reason you will stay on the path. They are the reason you will build a life filled with progress, pride, and strength. Chapter 5. Forgive your past and free your heart today. Many people carry their past like a heavy bag on their shoulders. They replay mistakes over and over in their minds. They hold on to regrets, missed chances, and words they wish they had not said. Some hold on to the pain others caused them and let it live in their hearts for years. The past becomes a shadow that follows them everywhere they go. It weighs down their energy, it steals their joy, and it blocks them from moving forward. The truth is that no one can change what already happened. The past is unchangeable, but the way you carry it is a choice. Forgiving your past is the only way to free your heart today. Forgiveness does not mean you forget what happened. Forgiveness does not mean what happened was right. Forgiveness means you stop letting the past control your present. It means you take back your power. It means you decide that your life will not be ruled by old pain. Many people resist this because they believe holding on gives them strength. They think remembering protects them from being hurt again. But the opposite is true. Holding on keeps the wound open. It keeps the pain alive. Forgiving is what closes the wound so that healing can begin. You must first learn to forgive yourself. This is often the hardest step. People are harsh on themselves for mistakes they made years ago. They punish themselves daily with guilt and shame. They say, "If only I had done things differently." But no amount of guilt will rewrite the past. You did what you knew with the understanding you had at the time. You made choices based on the person you were then. Today you are wiser, stronger, and more aware. Forgiving yourself means accepting that you cannot go back, but you can go forward. You can take the lesson without carrying the weight. Think about how you would treat a friend who made a mistake. You would not keep reminding them of it every day. You would not tell them they are worthless. You would offer them compassion. You would remind them that mistakes are part of being human. Yet many people speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to another. Forgiving yourself is about giving yourself the same kindness you would offer to someone you love. It is about saying, I did wrong, but I am learning. I failed, but I am growing. I hurt, but I am healing. Forgiving your past also means releasing the grip of people who hurt you. This can feel unfair. It can feel like letting them win. But holding on to anger does not hurt them. It hurts you. Anger sits in your heart like poison. Resentment eats away at your peace. Each time you replay what they did, you give them power again. Forgiving them is not about excusing their behavior. It is about refusing to let them control your emotions anymore. It is about saying, I will not let your actions decide my future. Forgiveness is freedom. This freedom is not instant. It takes time. You may have to forgive again and again each time the memory returns. At first it may feel impossible, but with practice the hold of the past weakens. The memory loses its sharpness. The emotions lose their intensity. One day you wake up and realize it no longer controls you. That is the gift of forgiveness. It is not a one-time act. It is a daily choice until the weight is gone. Many people believe that forgiving means letting people back into your life. That is not true. You can forgive and still set boundaries. You can forgive and still choose distance. Forgiveness is about what happens in your heart, not about what happens in your relationships. You may forgive someone and never speak to them again. That is okay. Forgiveness is about you, not them. It is about releasing your heart from chains, not about inviting people back who do not respect you. When you begin to forgive, you may notice resistance inside you. Part of you may cling to the pain because it feels familiar. You may feel like letting go means losing part of your identity. But your identity is not your pain. Your identity is not your past. Your identity is the strength you gain by moving forward. Forgiveness allows you to step into that identity fully. It gives you space to create a new story. It allows you to write a future not defined by wounds but by wisdom. One way to practice forgiveness is through writing. Take time to write down what you regret or what hurt you. Put it all on paper. Then write the words, I forgive myself for this, or I forgive them for this. You may not feel it at first, but repetition matters. Each time you write it, you release a little more of the weight. Another way is through reflection. Each time a memory returns, pause and say, that is the past. I release it. This simple act reminds your mind that you will not stay stuck in the same story. Forgiving your past also frees you to love yourself more. You cannot love yourself fully if you are always at war with your history. You cannot respect yourself if you only focus on mistakes. Forgiveness softens that war. It creates peace inside. It allows you to look in the mirror and see more than failure. You begin to see someone who survived, someone who learned, someone who grew stronger. This shift in perspective is powerful. It builds self-respect. It builds compassion. It builds hope. Notice how your body responds when you let go. You feel lighter. Your shoulders relax. Your breath deepens. The tension in your chest softens. These physical changes are real because the burden is real. The past lives in your body until you release it. Forgiveness is not only emotional, it is physical. It improves your health. It improves your sleep. It improves your energy. When you free your heart, your whole being feels the relief. Do not confuse forgiveness with weakness. It takes far more strength to forgive than to hold a grudge. Holding on is easy. Anyone can stay angry. But it takes courage to release anger. It takes courage to face the pain and decide not to carry it anymore. That courage builds your character. That courage makes you stronger for the future. Forgiveness is not giving in. Forgiveness is rising above. As you practice forgiveness, you may find yourself forgiving in layers. You forgive yourself for one mistake, then another, then another. You forgive one person for what they did, then another, then another. Each layer brings more freedom. Each layer makes your heart lighter. This process is not quick, but it is worth it. Over time, you notice that you smile more. You notice that you trust yourself more. You notice that you open up to life more. That is what freedom feels like. Every day you hold on to the past is a day you lose in the present. Every day you replay old pain is a day you miss out on new joy. Life is happening now. Today is here now. Forgiveness allows you to return to today. It allows you to experience the present fully. It allows you to open your heart to opportunities that were blocked by pain. That is why forgiveness is urgent. It is not something to put off. It is something to begin now. When you forgive, you give yourself permission to live again. You give yourself the chance to laugh without guilt. You give yourself the chance to love without fear. You give yourself the chance to dream without limits. Your past does not have to be your prison. It can be your teacher, but only if you forgive. Only if you let go. Only if you free your heart today. Chapter 6. Invest in your growth like your future depends on it. One of the greatest struggles people face is feeling stuck in the same place year after year. They look around and see others moving forward, learning new things, building new opportunities, and creating better lives. Meanwhile, they feel trapped in the same routine, doing the same work, and facing the same problems. The truth is that growth is not automatic. Growth requires investment. If you do not feed your mind, your skills, and your character, you remain the same while time keeps moving forward. The world does not wait for you. The future arrives whether you are ready or not. And the only way to be ready is to invest in your growth every day. Think about the feeling of waking up and knowing you have more potential than you are using. That is the frustration many people carry. They know they could be more, but they never invest in becoming more. They wait for opportunities instead of preparing for them. They hope for luck instead of building skill. They wish for change instead of working for it. But wishing does not create growth. Hoping does not create strength. Only deliberate investment in yourself will create the future you desire. Investing in your growth means using your time wisely. Every day, you are either moving closer to your potential or further away. If you spend your free hours only on entertainment, your future will reflect that. If you spend those hours learning, reading, practicing, and building new skills, your future will reflect that as well. Growth is not about one big leap. It is about consistent effort over time. It is about choosing to make deposits into your future instead of spending every moment only on comfort. Every hour is a chance to invest. Every day is an opportunity to grow. One of the most powerful investments you can make is in knowledge. Reading a book can change the way you think. Listening to a lecture can open your mind to new possibilities. Having a meaningful conversation with someone wiser than you can give you insights that take years to learn on your own. Many people say they do not have time for learning, but the truth is that time is created by priority. If you choose to make growth a priority, you will find the time. Even 10 minutes each day of learning builds into a powerful transformation over months and years. You must also invest in your skills. The world is changing quickly and skills become outdated faster than ever before. If you stop learning, you fall behind. If you continue learning, you stay ahead. Skills are the tools that allow you to turn ideas into results. Without them, even the best dreams remain only dreams. Ask yourself what skills you need for the future you want. Then make a plan to develop them. Take a course. Practice daily. Seek feedback. Growth in skill is growth in opportunity. The more you build, the more doors open for you. Growth is not only about knowledge and skills. It is also about character. Your future depends on the person you become as much as what you know. Investing in character means developing discipline, patience, resilience, and honesty. These qualities are what carry you through difficult times. They are what make others trust you. They are what allow you to lead, inspire, and influence. Many people chase success without building character, and they collapse when challenges arrive. But when you invest in becoming strong on the inside, nothing can easily break you. Investing in your growth also requires facing discomfort. Growth never happens in comfort zones. If everything feels easy, you are not growing. The moments that feel uncomfortable are the moments that stretch you. They push you to discover new strength. They force you to overcome fear. Each time you step into discomfort, you expand your capacity. You become more capable than you were yesterday. That is how growth works. Not through staying safe, but through daring to push yourself further. Many people waste years waiting for the perfect time to start investing in their growth. They say, "I will start when I have more money," or "I will start when I have more free time." But the truth is, the perfect time never arrives. The only time you have is now. If you wait, you lose more ground. If you start now, even with small steps, you begin building momentum. Growth is not about what you can do in the future. Growth is about what you choose to do today. You must also protect your growth from distractions. The world is full of noise. Notifications, opinions, entertainment, and endless distractions compete for your attention. If you let them win, your growth suffers. Investing in yourself means setting boundaries. It means turning off what does not serve you. It means choosing focus over distraction. It means asking, "Does this help me grow?" before giving your time and energy to something. Growth requires focus. Without it, your investment is wasted. Another way to invest in your growth is through relationships. The people around you shape your mindset and influence your choices. If you surround yourself with people who are growing, you will grow too. If you surround yourself with people who settle, you will settle too. Seek out mentors who challenge you. Build friendships with people who inspire you. Spend time with those who encourage your growth. Relationships are one of the greatest investments because they multiply your potential. They give you perspective, accountability, and support. Growth also requires reflection. It is not enough to keep moving forward without stopping to evaluate. You must pause and ask, "What have I learned? What do I need to improve? What should I change?" Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Without reflection, you may repeat the same mistakes. With reflection, you grow faster. Make time each week to review your progress. Celebrate what you did well. Notice where you fell short. Then make adjustments for the next step. This practice ensures that your investment in growth keeps producing results. You must also invest in your health. Without energy, you cannot use your knowledge, skills, or character. Your body is the foundation of your growth. If you neglect it, your future will suffer. Exercise, rest, and proper nutrition are not luxuries. They are necessities. They allow you to perform at your best. They give you the strength to use what you learn. They give you the stamina to keep going when life gets difficult. Growth is not only mental or emotional. It is physical as well. A strong body supports a strong mind and spirit. Investing in your growth also means setting goals. Growth without direction becomes scattered. You must know what you are aiming for. Decide what kind of person you want to become. Decide what kind of life you want to build. Then break it into smaller steps. Each step is an investment. Each step brings you closer. Goals give your growth purpose. Without them, you may work hard but achieve little. With them, you focus your effort where it matters most. One of the best investments you can make is to learn from your failures. Failure is not the end. Failure is feedback. Every mistake carries a lesson if you are willing to see it. Many people run from failure and avoid risk. But avoiding failure also avoids growth. If you want to grow, you must be willing to fail and learn. Each failure makes you wiser. Each failure makes you stronger. Each failure, when used correctly, becomes part of your investment in a better future. Growth requires patience. Results do not appear overnight. The seeds you plant today may take months or years to grow. Many people quit too soon because they expect instant results. But real growth is slow and steady. It requires faith in the process. It requires commitment, even when you do not see progress right away. When you keep investing, the results eventually appear. And when they do, you realize every small step was worth it. Remember that no one else can make this investment for you. Others can guide you, support you, or inspire you, but the work must be yours. Your growth is your responsibility. Your future depends on the choices you make now. You cannot blame others for a lack of progress if you refuse to invest in yourself. You cannot complain about being stuck if you are not learning, practicing, and improving. Growth belongs to those who choose it. When you invest in your growth daily, you build a future that is bigger than your past. You become stronger, wiser, and more capable. You create opportunities that would never have appeared otherwise. You gain confidence that you can face any challenge. You build a life that reflects effort, discipline, and vision. And all of it begins with a choice to invest. A choice to say, my growth matters, my future matters, and I will prepare for it today. Chapter 7. Take care of your body because it carries your dreams. Many people spend their lives chasing success while neglecting the very thing that makes success possible. They chase goals, they work late, they sacrifice sleep, and they push their bodies without giving them the care they need. Then one day they wake up tired, weak, or sick, and they wonder why life feels heavier than before. The truth is that your body is the vehicle that carries your dreams. Every plan, every vision, every goal depends on the strength and health of the body you live in. If you ignore it, you limit yourself. If you take care of it, you expand what is possible. Think about the times when you felt exhausted. You had ideas, but you could not act on them. You wanted to work, but your energy was gone. You wanted to enjoy life, but you were too tired to participate. That is the cost of neglecting your body. Your mind may be sharp, but if your body cannot carry you, your dreams remain out of reach. People often believe success is all about talent or knowledge, but energy is the foundation of achievement. Without energy, the best ideas fade. Without energy, discipline weakens. Without energy, potential stays locked inside. Taking care of your body begins with rest. Sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is repair. It is renewal. It is preparation for tomorrow. Yet many people cut hours of sleep to fit more work into the day. They treat rest as if it is optional. But lack of rest steals your clarity, slows your memory, and weakens your focus. A tired body cannot carry big dreams. A well-rested body gives you strength to perform at your best. If you want to achieve more, you must respect your need for proper sleep. It is one of the simplest and most powerful investments you can make in your body. Food is another essential part of caring for your body. Every bite you eat becomes part of your strength or part of your weakness. Many people fill their bodies with food that drains them. They rely on sugar or heavy meals that make them sluggish. They eat without thought and then wonder why they feel tired all the time. But food is fuel. The right choices give you energy that lasts. Fresh fruits, vegetables, clean proteins, and whole grains build the foundation of energy. When you feed your body well, you respect your future. You give your dreams the strength they need. Movement is also vital. Your body was made to move, not to sit still all day. Yet modern life traps many people in chairs, cars, and screens. Over time, this stillness weakens muscles, stiffens joints, and lowers energy. Exercise is not only for athletes. It is for everyone who wants to live fully. Even a simple daily walk can refresh your mind and body. Stretching, lifting, running, or any kind of movement keeps your body alive. It keeps blood flowing, it strengthens your heart, and it clears your mind. Each time you move, you remind yourself that your body is capable. Taking care of your body also means listening to it. Your body speaks to you through pain, fatigue, or tension. Too often, people ignore these signals. They push through pain and silence the warnings. Over time, this neglect leads to breakdown. But if you listen, you can respond early. You can adjust your habits. You can prevent greater problems later. Listening to your body is a form of respect. It is saying, I value myself enough to pay attention. When you honor those signals, you preserve your strength for years to come. Another important part of caring for your body is managing stress. Stress is natural, but constant stress wears down the body. It raises tension, disturbs sleep, and affects health. Many people live in a constant state of pressure, and they accept it as normal. But stress must be managed if you want to carry your dreams. Deep breathing, quiet time, relaxation, or simply taking breaks are ways to release stress. Protecting your peace protects your body. And when your body feels safe, it performs better. Hydration is often overlooked but deeply important. Water is the simplest way to keep your body alive and alert. Yet many people replace it with drinks full of sugar or caffeine. They overlook the power of clean water. Dehydration makes you tired, unfocused, and irritable. But when you drink enough water, your body responds with clarity and energy. It is a simple habit with a powerful effect. If you want your body to carry your dreams, you must give it what it needs at the most basic level. Caring for your body also means protecting it from harmful habits. Smoking, drinking excessively, or abusing substances weaken your body more than you realize. These habits may bring temporary comfort, but they steal from your future. They reduce your energy, shorten your strength, and limit your potential. You cannot expect to build great dreams while harming the very body that must carry them. Replacing harmful habits with healthy ones is one of the greatest acts of self-love you can give yourself. Your body also benefits from balance. Work and achievement are important, but so is play. So is relaxation. So is enjoying life. Many people drive themselves so hard that they forget to enjoy the journey. They use their bodies only as machines for productivity. But your body also needs joy. It needs laughter. It needs moments of fun. These moments release tension and bring energy back. Balance keeps your body strong not just physically but emotionally too. It is also important to create consistency. Taking care of your body is not about occasional effort. It is about daily habits. Eating one healthy meal will not change your health. Exercising one day will not transform your body. Sleeping well one night will not erase months of fatigue. Growth comes from consistency. The body responds to what you do regularly, not what you do rarely. When you make care a habit, your body rewards you with lasting energy. Your dreams require long-term commitment. They may take years to achieve. If you want to see them through, your body must be able to last. Many people chase dreams hard in their youth but pay the price later when their health collapses. But those who care for their body along the way have the strength to keep going. They have the energy to enjoy the success they worked for. Health is not only about today. It is about preparing for the future you want to live. Taking care of your body also increases your confidence. When you feel strong, you act strong. When you have energy, you approach challenges with more courage. When you know you're taking care of yourself, you walk taller. This confidence is not about appearance. It is about strength. It is about the knowledge that you are giving yourself the best chance to succeed. Confidence from health lasts longer than any outside validation. It comes from within, and it supports you in every part of life. Notice how different life feels when your body is cared for. You wake up with more energy. You handle stress with more calm. You approach goals with more focus. You interact with others with more positivity. Health influences every area of life. It affects how you think, how you feel, and how you act. This is why caring for your body is not a luxury. It is essential. Without it, even the best opportunities are wasted. With it, every opportunity becomes more possible. Your body is the only one you will ever have. You cannot replace it. You cannot exchange it. You can only care for it or neglect it. Every choice you make is a message to your body. Every meal, every hour of sleep, every moment of movement tells your body whether you value it. And your body responds with strength or weakness depending on those choices. If you want to build a great life, you must choose wisely. You must decide daily to respect the body that carries your dreams. Taking care of your body is an act of love for yourself and for your future. It is a way of saying, I want to be strong enough to live my dreams. I want to be healthy enough to enjoy what I create. I want to give myself the best chance to succeed. When you live with this mindset, you begin to treat your body with the respect it deserves. You begin to care for it not because you have to, but because you want to. And that decision changes everything. Chapter 8. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. One of the greatest influences on your life is the company you keep. You may not always realize it, but the people around you shape your thoughts, your energy, and your future. If you spend your time with those who complain, you will begin to complain. If you surround yourself with those who settle, you will be tempted to settle. If you give your time to people who drain you, your spirit will weaken. But when you spend your life with people who encourage, challenge, and inspire you, something changes. Your confidence grows. Your vision expands. Your dreams feel possible. The truth is simple. Who you spend time with decides who you become. Think about how you feel after spending time with certain people. Some conversations leave you tired. Some interactions leave you frustrated. Some relationships leave you questioning yourself. Then there are those rare people who make you feel stronger. You walk away from them with energy. You walk away with hope. You walk away with ideas and belief. That feeling is proof that the right people can lift you higher. You must notice the difference. You must choose wisely who gets your time and attention. Many people struggle with this choice because they want to stay loyal. They fear letting go of old friendships even when those friendships hold them back. They fear saying no to family who constantly criticize them. They fear standing apart from the crowd. But growth requires courage. If the people around you are not supporting your dreams, you must decide whether you want their approval or your own progress. It is not about rejecting people completely. It is about choosing the environment that supports the future you are building. Surrounding yourself with people who lift you higher means seeking out those who challenge you. These are not people who flatter you. They are people who expect more from you. They push you to rise to a higher standard. They remind you of your potential when you forget. They do not let you settle for less than you are capable of. At first this may feel uncomfortable. Being challenged is not always easy. But that discomfort is what creates growth. Without it, you stay stuck where you are. With it, you climb to places you could never reach alone. Look for people who live with discipline and integrity. When you are around them, you see what is possible. Their habits influence yours. Their example inspires you to improve. These people may not always give you direct advice, but simply being near them makes you better. Their actions speak louder than their words. They show you what dedication looks like. They show you what perseverance looks like. And being in their presence raises your standards without you even realizing it. It is also important to surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams, even when they cannot see them clearly. There will always be those who doubt you. There will always be those who say your goals are too big or too unrealistic. If you listen to them, your dreams will shrink. But the people who lift you higher encourage you to try. They remind you that progress matters more than perfection. They cheer for your effort, not just your results. They give you the courage to keep going when doubt whispers in your mind. Another quality to look for in uplifting people is honesty. Support does not mean blind praise. It means truth spoken with care. People who lift you higher are willing to tell you when you are wrong. They are willing to point out when you are losing focus. They do this not to tear you down, but to help you grow. Their honesty may sting, but it is valuable. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you accountable. It keeps you from drifting too far off course. The right people balance encouragement with truth, and that balance creates real progress. Think about how much faster you can grow when you are not alone. Imagine working on your goals with others who are also striving. Imagine sharing ideas, learning from each other, and celebrating wins together. That is the power of the right circle. Growth multiplies when it is shared. The energy of one inspires the energy of another. The discipline of one strengthens the discipline of another. Together, you rise higher than you ever could apart. This does not mean you should only spend time with people who are already successful. It means you should spend time with people who are growing. Growth is more important than status. You may know someone with great success but no discipline, and they will not inspire you. You may know someone still starting their journey but filled with hunger to learn, and they will challenge you more than anyone. Choose growth-minded people. Choose those who want more from life. Their hunger will fuel yours. Surrounding yourself with the right people also means limiting time with the wrong people. This may be difficult. Some people you care about may not care about growth. Some people you love may not love your vision. You do not have to cut them off completely, but you must set boundaries. You must decide how much of your energy you will give them. Protecting your circle is not about being cold. It is about being wise. It is about knowing that your future depends on the influence you allow in your life. Pay attention to how people react to your progress. Those who lift you higher will celebrate your wins. They will cheer when you improve. They will be proud when you succeed. Those who drain you may feel threatened. They may criticize or minimize your achievements. They may even try to pull you back to their level. This reaction reveals their mindset. People who are secure and growing themselves want others to grow. People who are insecure want others to stay small. Choose wisely. One practical way to surround yourself with uplifting people is to seek out groups or communities where growth is valued. Join clubs, attend workshops, or connect with mentors. Place yourself in environments where people talk about goals, discipline, and progress. In these spaces, you will meet those who can challenge and support you. Growth rarely happens in isolation. The more you expose yourself to the right environments, the more opportunities you create for connection. Another way is to be the kind of person who lifts others. When you encourage, support, and inspire, you naturally attract people with the same mindset. Positive people gravitate toward positive energy. If you want to be surrounded by those who lift you, start by lifting others. Offer genuine praise. Share helpful knowledge. Show up with honesty and kindness. When you give this, you create relationships built on mutual growth. Over time, your circle becomes stronger because you contributed to it. Notice the difference in your life when you are around people who lift you. You feel more motivated. You take bigger risks. You recover from setbacks faster. You laugh more. You believe more. This is not coincidence. It is the direct effect of positive influence. Your environment shapes your behavior. Your relationships shape your mindset. Choosing uplifting people is not a small decision. It is one of the most powerful investments you can make in your future. Your dreams are too important to let the wrong people hold them back. Your energy is too valuable to spend it on negativity. Your potential is too great to be limited by small-minded influence. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see your value, who remind you of your strength, and who push you to reach higher. These people exist, and when you find them, protect those connections. Nurture them. Value them. Because they are part of the foundation that helps you build the life you want. Every step of your journey is shaped by the company you keep. Every decision is influenced by the voices around you. Every dream is either supported or suffocated by your relationships. If you want to rise higher, you must surround yourself with those who want the same for you. And when you do, you will discover that growth feels easier, success feels lighter, and life feels richer. You are stronger together with the right people than you will ever be alone. Chapter 9. Trust your own voice more than outside noise. One of the hardest things in life is learning to trust yourself in a world full of opinions. Everywhere you look, someone has something to say about what you should do, how you should live, and who you should become. The voices of family, friends, co-workers, and strangers can become so loud that you forget the sound of your own. You start to doubt your instincts. You start to second-guess your choices. You let the noise of the outside world drown out the quiet wisdom inside you. This is why so many people live lives that do not belong to them. They follow directions from others instead of listening to themselves. You may have experienced this many times. You felt a pull towards something you wanted to try, but someone told you it was not practical. You dreamed of a goal, but someone told you it was too big. You considered making a change, but someone told you it was risky. Each time their voice was louder than yours, and you stepped back. After enough of these moments, you start to question your own judgment. You begin to believe others know better than you. But the truth is, no one else lives in your body. No one else feels what you feel. No one else knows your deepest desires. Your voice is the only one that knows what is right for you. Trusting your own voice does not mean ignoring wisdom. It does not mean refusing advice. It means weighing everything you hear against what feels true inside. It means asking yourself if the advice fits your values and your vision. It means recognizing that other people can see parts of the picture, but only you see the whole. If you give more weight to their voices than your own, you lose yourself. If you honor your own voice first, you stay true even while learning from others. That balance is what builds strength and confidence. Many people struggle to hear their own voice because they never give themselves quiet time. The world is filled with constant noise from technology, media, and endless opinions. Your mind is always processing what others think. To hear yourself, you must create silence. You must step away from the noise long enough to notice what your heart is saying. Journaling, reflection, or simply sitting in stillness can bring your inner voice forward. At first, it may feel faint because it has been ignored, but the more you listen, the stronger it becomes. It is also important to remember that your voice will not always agree with the crowd. In fact, it often will not. Many people choose what is safe, common, or familiar. Your voice may ask you to take a risk. It may ask you to go against tradition. It may ask you to step into unknown territory. That is why trusting it takes courage. You will feel fear when you go against outside noise. You will face criticism. But those moments are proof that you are building a life that is truly yours. If you always follow the crowd, you end up with the life the crowd lives. If you trust your own voice, you end up with the life you are meant to live. Think about the times in your past when you ignored your own instincts. Perhaps you stayed in a job too long even though you knew it was wrong for you. Perhaps you stayed in a relationship that drained you because others told you to. Perhaps you turned down an opportunity that felt right because people said it was too risky. Looking back, you realize your inner voice was trying to protect you. You realize you should have listened. That awareness is the lesson. It shows you that your instincts are not your enemy. They are your guide. Trusting your own voice also means accepting that you will make mistakes. Sometimes you will follow your instincts and the result will not be what you expected. But that does not mean your voice was wrong. It means you learned. Every choice carries lessons, even the difficult ones. If you only listen to others to avoid mistakes, you lose both growth and freedom. Trusting yourself means being willing to face mistakes and learn from them. Over time, those lessons sharpen your instincts. They make your voice clearer and wiser. Outside noise often comes from people who project their fears onto you. When someone tells you not to chase a dream, it may be because they are afraid to chase theirs. When someone tells you something is impossible, it may be because they never tried. When someone tells you to play safe, it may be because they regret taking risks. If you let their fears become yours, you shrink. But when you trust your voice, you recognize their words for what they are. You understand their limits are not your limits. You respect their view, but continue with your own. It is also important to know that your own voice is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it shows up as a quiet sense of peace when you think about a choice. Sometimes it shows up as discomfort when you consider a path that is wrong for you. Learning to trust yourself means learning to read those signals. The body often speaks before the mind does. Pay attention to the feeling in your stomach, the tension in your chest, or the calm in your breath. These signals are part of your voice. They are ways your inner self tries to guide you. Trusting your voice also gives you freedom from constant approval. Many people live exhausted because they are always trying to please others. They say what others want to hear. They do what others expect. They live in fear of judgment. But no matter how much you try, you will never please everyone. There will always be someone who disagrees. There will always be someone who criticizes. If you live for their approval, you will never feel at peace. But when you trust your own voice, you free yourself from that prison. You no longer need everyone to agree. You only need to agree with yourself. This does not mean becoming stubborn or arrogant. It means standing firm in your values. It means knowing who you are and what matters to you. People may call you wrong. People may call you unrealistic. People may call you difficult. But if you are following your truth, those opinions cannot break you. Your inner voice is the anchor that holds you steady when outside noise tries to shake you. The stronger you build that anchor, the less you're tossed by the opinions of others. Think about the people you admire most. They are often those who trusted themselves when others doubted them. They followed their vision even when no one else believed. They stayed true to their voice even when criticized. That is why they created something unique. That is why they made an impact. They understood that outside noise is endless, but inner guidance is priceless. If they had listened to everyone else, they would not have achieved what they did. Their example shows you the power of self-trust. You can practice trusting your voice in small ways each day. Start by making simple choices without asking for approval. Choose what you want to eat, wear, or do without checking with others. Notice how it feels to decide for yourself. Then move to larger choices. Ask yourself what you really want and act on it even if others disagree. Each time you trust your voice, you build confidence. Each time you follow through, you prove to yourself that you can rely on your own guidance. Over time, you stop doubting and start believing. Outside noise will never disappear. The world will always be full of opinions, advice, and criticism. But you can control how much power it has over you. You can choose to listen without surrendering. You can choose to respect without obeying. You can choose to hear but still act according to your own voice. That choice makes all the difference. It decides whether you live a life built on others' expectations or a life built on your own truth. The more you trust yourself, the more peace you feel. You stop fighting with yourself. You stop doubting every decision. You stop living in fear of making mistakes. Instead, you move forward with clarity. You take responsibility for your choices, and that responsibility gives you freedom. You no longer blame others for your life. You no longer wait for permission. You no longer let noise decide your direction. Your voice becomes your guide, and it leads you toward a life that feels right for you. Every dream you have will require this trust. Every step toward growth will demand that you listen to yourself more than the noise. The world will try to distract you, discourage you, and pressure you. But if you remain connected to your own voice, nothing can stop you. Your path may not look like anyone else's, but it will be yours. And that is the greatest success you can ever achieve. Chapter 10. Choose daily habits that prove your love for you. Every day you wake up with a chance to show yourself how much you value your own life. The truth is, love for yourself is not something you feel once and forget. It is something you prove through action. Many people say they want to love themselves more, but their daily choices tell a different story. They skip rest, they eat poorly, they neglect learning, and they give their time to things that drain them. Then they wonder why they feel empty or unworthy. Real self-love is built through daily habits. It is not in what you say, but in what you do every day to take care of yourself. Think about how easy it is to fall into routines that harm you. You wake up and reach for your phone instead of giving yourself a moment of peace. You eat whatever is convenient instead of what fuels you. You spend hours scrolling through other people's lives instead of building your own. These habits may seem small, but they add up. They slowly teach you that you do not value yourself enough to choose better. On the other hand, when you build habits that support your health, your growth, and your peace, you are sending yourself a message. You are saying, I matter, I respect myself, I am worth the effort. One of the most important habits is how you begin your day. The first hour sets the tone for everything that follows. If you fill it with chaos, your day will feel heavy. If you fill it with intention, your day will feel clear. Waking up and speaking kind words to yourself, moving your body, or writing your thoughts down are ways to prove love in action. These habits may not seem dramatic, but over time they build a stronger sense of self. They remind you every morning that you are someone worth caring for. Another powerful habit is how you treat your body. Eating healthy food, drinking water, and exercising daily are not just health tips. They are acts of love. Every time you choose to nourish yourself, you say, I care about my future. I want my body to be strong enough to carry my dreams. Every time you move your body, you say, I respect myself enough to stay alive with energy. Many people think of these habits as chores, but they are proof of value. They are daily ways of showing yourself that you are worthy of care. Rest is also a habit of self-love. Too many people sacrifice sleep as if it is unimportant. They stay up late, wake up tired, and push through the day with little energy. They treat their body like a machine that never needs repair. But when you choose to rest, you prove that you care about your well-being. You prove that you are not willing to destroy yourself for the sake of busyness. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is maintenance. It is one of the clearest ways to show respect for yourself. Habits for the mind are just as important as habits for the body. Reading, journaling, or learning something new each day are acts of self-love for your mind. Every page you read, every idea you reflect on, every skill you build is a way of saying, I believe in my future, I believe in my growth. If you neglect your mind, it weakens. But when you feed it daily, it expands. The more you grow, the more confident you feel. The more confident you feel, the more you love yourself. Growth and self-love are deeply connected, and habits are the bridge between them. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself each day. Negative self-talk can become a habit if you let it. Many people insult themselves in their own minds constantly. They call themselves lazy, stupid, or unworthy without even realizing it. Over time, those words take root. To break this pattern, you must build the habit of speaking kindly to yourself. Replace criticism with encouragement. Replace doubt with belief. Every time you speak with kindness, you prove that you care for yourself. This habit is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about giving yourself the same respect you would give to someone you love. Another important habit is protecting your time. Every time you say yes to something you do not want to do, you tell yourself that your time does not matter. Every time you give hours to distractions, you tell yourself that your dreams can wait. But when you set boundaries, when you schedule time for your goals, when you say no to things that drain you, you are proving love for yourself. You are telling yourself that your life is valuable and your time is precious. This habit builds confidence and self-respect in powerful ways. Celebrating your small wins is also a habit of love. Too often, people ignore their progress. They wait for big achievements before they allow themselves to feel proud. But when you make it a habit to recognize even the smallest steps, you encourage yourself. You remind yourself that your effort matters. You build a sense of pride that carries you forward. This is how motivation grows. Not from waiting for huge milestones, but from noticing the daily proof that you are improving. Gratitude is another habit that strengthens self-love. Taking a few minutes each day to list what you are thankful for shifts your perspective. It helps you notice the good in your life instead of focusing only on the bad. It helps you recognize your own growth and your own effort. Gratitude is it is also about being grateful for yourself. You can say, I am thankful for my persistence, I am thankful for my courage, I am thankful for the way I keep going. This habit builds appreciation for who you are. It is also valuable to build the habit of disconnecting from outside noise. Spend time away from screens each day. Give yourself moments of silence without messages, opinions, or distractions. In those quiet times, you reconnect with your own voice. You remind yourself that your inner guidance matters. This habit strengthens your ability to trust yourself. It proves that you value your own thoughts more than constant noise. Acts of kindness toward others can also be habits of self-love. When you give, you remind yourself that you have something valuable to offer. When you help, you strengthen your own sense of worth. But these habits must come from overflow, not sacrifice. If you give while neglecting yourself, it is not love. True self-love shows in the balance between giving to others and giving to yourself. Daily habits of generosity combined with daily habits of self-care create a life that feels full and meaningful. Reflection is a habit that keeps you connected to your journey. Each day, take a few minutes to ask yourself what you did well and what you want to improve. This is not about harsh judgment. It is about awareness. It is about learning from your own life instead of drifting through it. Reflection proves love because it shows you care enough to understand yourself better. It shows you want to grow instead of repeating the same mistakes. Building daily habits of self-love requires discipline, but discipline is not punishment. Discipline is proof of commitment. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust in yourself. If you say you will exercise and you follow through, you prove your love. If you say you will read and you follow through, you prove your love. If you say you will rest and you follow through, you prove your love. Discipline is how you show yourself that your word matters. Over time, this builds unshakable self-respect. Do not underestimate the power of small habits. A glass of water in the morning, 10 minutes of movement, writing one page in a journal, speaking one kind phrase to yourself. These may seem too small to matter, but they add up. They shape the way you feel about yourself. They become daily reminders that you are valuable. They become daily proof that you are worth the effort. Over months and years, they create a life built on self-respect and strength. The habits you choose each day are not just routines. They are votes for the kind of life you want. They are proof of how much you love yourself. If you choose habits that harm you, you teach yourself that you are unworthy. If you choose habits that help you, you teach yourself that you are valuable. The decision is in your hands every day. And the more you choose love in action, the more you will feel love in your heart.